Hi there Star Wars collectors, and welcome to another Bossk Bounty video. And in this video we're going to be going through all of the reveals from the Hasbro Star Wars Fan First Wednesday live stream for both the Vintage Collection and the Black Series. We're going to be taking a look at the high-res images in detail. So if you do happen to enjoy this video, please leave a like down below and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Alright then, so let's kick off with the Vintage Collection, and I'm going to start with all of the good stuff first. So first up we have the images of the brand new Lobot and Bib Fortuna, which as you know were pipeline reveals from a previous live stream. They revealed Lobot first, and I have to say I am very happy with the accuracy of this figure. The head sculpt looks absolutely amazing, really on point. Now they did make a point about the electronic thing that goes around the back of his head and the details that they've used on there, and I think it looks great. He also has the flary sleeves just like the original Kenner version, and to see him on that classic card back was awesome. This one's going to look great next to the new Lando Calrissian that's coming out, and I just cannot wait to get them both into my collection. Now Bib Fortuna stole the show for me. What an incredible job they've done with this figure. Now I, like many other people, have been going on about Bib Fortuna for ages, and the fact that he needs to be in the Vintage Collection. The last version of him from the Saga Collection just didn't hit home for me. The expression on his face was very off-putting. He just looked like he was in pain or something. However, on this version they have absolutely nailed it. The head sculpt looks phenomenal. Now they did mention also that the head tentacles are soft enough to move around, which is going to be great for posing. The fingers look spot on, really creepy. Plus the soft goods robe looks like it fits absolutely perfectly. I really don't think it gets any better than this for Bib Fortuna, so hats off to Hasbro for this one. These two figures are the two missing figures from the Bo-Katan wave and are essentially already available for pre-order if you happen to order the entire wave. An affiliate link is in the description below if you still need to pre-order them, which also helps out the channel. Next up we have the Emperor, who has finally been confirmed as the fourth figure in the wave with Teebo, Lando Calrissian and IG-11. Now this version will have a different head sculpt from the Emperor available in the Throne Room set. This version depicts the scene where he is electrifying Luke Skywalker at the end of Return of the Jedi. The figure is packed on his classic Kenner card back and looks absolutely awesome. So finally we get the main villain on a vintage style card. Some of you may not be happy that they've switched the heads from the one in the Throne Room set. It's kind of them trying to make you buy both, but I kind of like the fact that this carded one is different. As I mentioned, this figure will be in the wave with IG-11, Lando and Teebo, and we got to see the card backs for these three figures. They all look great and I can't wait to get them all into my collection. Pre-orders for these will be available on the 9th of September at 1 PM Eastern Time, and I will provide a link to these on my YouTube community page as soon as they are available. So be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss them. Other good news is that we are going to be getting troop builder packs, which is something the community has been asking for a pretty long time. The first reveal of these is a 4-pack consisting of 3 stormtroopers and the squad leader. These will be packed in mailer style boxes with the Hasbro logo rather than the Kenner logo. Now this to me shows two things. One, that Hasbro is listening, and two, that in general the 3.75 inch scale is getting stronger. Hasbro are prepared to release 3.75 inch figures outside of the Vintage Collection and without the famous packaging. However, I would kind of like that squad leader on a vintage card, so maybe that's one for the future. Anyway, bravo Hasbro, I look forward to picking up a few of these for my Stormtrooper army. Next up we have some pipeline reveals, which is awesome. So first up we have Yoda, which I believe will be on a Empire Strikes Back card, because the image that they used on that pipeline reveal definitely looked like it's from the Empire Strikes Back. So I think that they'll probably repack the Cave of Evil Yoda from that 3-pack. They did mention that it was going to be a repack, so that kind of fits. The 501st Legion Trooper, which is another good repack for me. I'm not really too keen, as you may know, on the big bucket head clone troopers, but it looks like we're kind of stuck with those. So a repack of the 501st is always good with me. It's my favourite clone battalion, and very happy because I'll need a few more of those for my 501st army. The final two will be brand new figures. So first up we have the Mandalorian Death Watch Airborne Trooper, I believe they called it, which I believe will be on a Clone Wars card. Great news for a few reasons. First, it's a cool Mandalorian figure, and second, it could mean that we'll be getting the Super Commando in the future. This is just my thoughts, as it kind of follows on from what they did with the Black Series, with the Mandalorian Loyalist and the Super Commando. Then finally we have Figure in Dan, which was amazing to see. This is the Cantina alien from the band, and of course it's from one of the most iconic scenes of Star Wars, so it's going to be fantastic to get one of those on a vintage style card. Now, they haven't done this figure for ages, so this is going to be a brand new sculpt, I'm pretty sure. They did say it's a new figure and not a repack, so this one's going to be really good. Really looking forward to this one. So loads of cool stuff for the vintage collection. Now, possibly not the not so cool. Now, many of you are probably aware that I'm not a massive fan of the carbonized collection. These repaints don't really do it for me. I will probably pick them up from a collecting point of view, like a completionist point of view, but they really don't float my boat. Included in the wave are the Armourer, the Incinerator Trooper, Moff Gideon, and the Shore Trooper. Now, for me, the Shore Trooper is the pick of the bunch, purely because it's on a Mando card back with a different image. Very much like they did with the Death Trooper. These will be Walmart exclusives, and I personally hope that these will be the final wave of this type of figure. Lastly, for the vintage collection, they updated us on the Razor Crest. Now, the good news is that the packaging looks great. The box style in keeps with the HasLab and vintage Kenner style, and I literally just cannot wait for mine to arrive. The bad news is that it's being delayed by a couple of months and won't be shipped out until early 2022. This is a big shame, but I guess with all the shipping crisis it was inevitable, although they did kind of blame it on the amount that they needed to produce was far more than they expected. Staying with 3.75 for a moment, they revealed another pop art style prototype figure for the retro collection. This time we have the Stormtrooper. Not really too much to say about this really. You either like them or you don't. I have the Vader and I have the Boba Fett, so I will be picking up one of these to complete the set. Moving on to the Black Series. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail on these, but there is a new wave of credit collection figures which are all repaints of previous figures and again will be exclusive to various outlets. We have the Mando, Queel, Greef Karga, Moff Gideon and the Armourer. Now, although I do love the end credits of The Mandalorian and I do like the idea of concept figures, these really aren't for me. The paint deco of these figures really doesn't grab me, and it's really, for me, the packaging is what sells these. Also revealed was another Gaming Greats figure. This time it's from Battlefront 2 and it's the Jet Trooper in the 501st colours. Looks pretty cool and I'm sure gaming fans will be very happy with this release. There is also another Mando build-up pack. This time all muddied up to recreate the battle with the Mudhorn. Included in this set is a Mudhorn egg which opens up and Grogu in his crib. The head sculpt for the Grogu is all new. He has his eyes closed so that he can look like he's using the Force for when he saves the Mando from the Mudhorn. No sign of an actual Mudhorn though. They also mentioned some pipeline figures for the Black Series, and these are all going to be in the archive line. These included the Emperor, which I guess is quite good because he was in like a deluxe pack before, Lando Skiffguard, C-3PO and Dengar. So a good chance for new collectors to get some popular figures. That's it for all the reveals. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you all for watching. I kind of think that the vintage collection won the day again, which is awesome for people like me. Don't forget to keep an eye out for pre-order links, and we shall see you on the next one.